This evening, 33 apprehended for DUI in Region 3. President Ali launches campaign after tragic weekend road accidents. Amerindian Heritage Month commences with inauguration of NTC Secretariat. Passengers express growing frustration over unsanitary restroom conditions at CJIA. In the region, Trump indictments. Key court dates set in Georgia federal election cases. And internationally, Niger COUP. Crowds rally in NIAMEY to demand French troop withdrawal. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for August 29, 2023. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Just a few days before the commencement of the Amerindian Heritage Month, the National Tushaus Council Secretariat was inaugurated at the National Exhibition Center in Sophia, marking a significant milestone for Ghana's indigenous communities. The construction of the Secretariat was funded with $127.8 million, and an additional $20 million was allocated for furnishing this year. Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips emphasized that the Secretariat represents the government's commitment to the well-being of the country's first people. The facility consists of an administrative building and a dome for meetings, featuring self-contained rooms to accommodate village leaders during visits. The Prime Minister urged the NTC to utilize the space for decisions impacting both indigenous and the wider Guyanese concerns. The event recognized several leaders for their contributions to Amerindian community development. In other news, over the past 2 weeks, a total of 33 individuals have been apprehended and charged by diligent police officers from Regional Division 3 for driving under the influence. These arrests were made as a result of targeted traffic enforcement operations carried out across Region 3 from August 11 to 26, 2023. DUI offenders will all face the court on September 1, 2023. Over the past week, a tragic series of road accidents claimed the lives of 8 young individuals, all aged 21 or younger. President Dr. Mohamed Irfan has expressed deep concerns over these incidents and has instructed the Acting Commissioner of Police, Clifton Hickins, to develop a new campaign addressing the problem. The campaign will emphasize combating excessive speeding and drunk driving, which have been identified as major contributing factors to these accidents. President Ali highlighted that the accidents often result from a combination of excessive speed and alcohol consumption. He stressed the need for more vigorous law enforcement alongside awareness campaigns. One of the accidents involved 4 teenagers colliding with a parked truck, leading the president to suggest a review of the motor lorry usage. President Ali expressed his deep distress over the loss of the 8 lives, emphasizing the responsibility of individuals to drive safely. The president underlined that road safety is a national concern that requires a collective action. Ranks of the Ghana Police Force detained a barber in Region 3 after he was caught with narcotics in his possession. Dale Jarvis has more details.
27-year-old Ricardo Ramsarup, a barber from Beladan, West Coast Demerara, was arrested by police after he was found to be in possession of suspected marijuana. Ramsarup was arrested at his home around 11:30 p.m. on Monday, August 28 by CID and other ranks from the Vredenhoek Hoop police station. He was observed sitting on a fence with a bulky black bag in his hand. As the ranks approached him, he ran and threw the bag on the ground. The ranks gave chase and he was apprehended. A search of the bag unearthed a quantity of leaves, seeds and stems suspected to be cannabis. Ramsarup was told of the offense, cautioned and arrested. A further search conducted in a bedroom of his home unearthed another bag containing more leaves, seeds and stems suspected to be cannabis. Ramsarup was escorted with the 2 bags to the Lenora police station, where the substance was confirmed to be cannabis, weighed and amounted to over 400 grams. Ramsarup was placed in custody. Investigations are ongoing. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Thanks, Dale. Stick around when we return. Passengers express growing frustration over unsanitary restroom conditions at the CJIA, and Amerindian leaders urge to consult residents for changes in village plans to access low-carbon development funds.
Oh gosh, what's this? Me son can't read or spell. Stop! 0 out of 20. Is what I gonna do here? Let's
Start improving your child grades today. Register for our primary or nursery department. Hidden Treasures, we're located at 204 E Half Charlotte Street between Camp and Alexander. Or contact us at 649-0373.
I can call them now.
Hidden Treasures, discovering gems in young minds.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
All we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radical went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. Continuing on our coverage of our First People, Amerindian leaders from over 200 villages in Guyana were advised to involve their residents in any changes to their 10-year village sustainable plans to access funds available under the expanded Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030. Minister of Amerindian Affairs, Pauline Sukai, speaking during the afternoon session of the 2023 National Two-Shows Council, held at the Arthur Chung Convention Center on Monday, emphasized the need for consultations when altering projects outlined in the 10-year Village Sustainable Plan, as diverting from the initial plan has been noted in some instances. The funds are meant to be used to improve the livelihoods and economic prospects of the indigenous peoples. Changes must be documented for financial scrutiny by the Auditor General's Office. Similar sentiments were echoed by the Acting Permanent Secretary of the Amerindian Affairs Ministry, Ryan Tulsiram, who highlighted the necessity of disbursing funds only for approved projects. Inconsistent capital project funding in Region 1 led to funds being lodged with the Regional Democratic Council for oversight. Passengers at the Chedichagan International Airport are expressing increasing frustration over the inadequate restroom conditions marked by clogged and inoperable toilets, leading to an unsanitary environment. The seriousness of the issue was highlighted when a female passenger took to live Facebook videos to depict the dire state of the facilities. This challenge is not new, as poor sanitary conditions have persistently plagued passengers and visitors at the airport. Chedichagan International Airport serves as Guyana's primary international airport. A series of construction and enhancement initiatives have been in progress, which seeks to modernize and expand the airport's infrastructure and amenities to boost its operational capacity and efficiency. Recent works has included the addition of superstructures, corridor, and curtain walls, signifying ongoing improvements. In light of these major constructions and expansion endeavors, it begs the question, are the facilities receiving the attention they warrant, or are they being overshadowed as relatively minor concerns? Meanwhile, the Chadi Dragon International Airport today issued a press release stating that they are upgrading the water infrastructure by installing a backup water supply line for the terminal building. This secondary line aims to enhance water service reliability and act as a contingency to the primary water treatment system managed by the Ghana Water Incorporated. CJIA anticipates completing the installation of this supplementary water supply system within a week, benefiting the airport and residents. The management in the release apologized for inconvenience caused, adding that proactive steps are being taken to ensure seamless operations. Don't go away after the break. Niger coup. Crowds are rallying in Niamey to demand French troop withdrawal. And peacekeepers in Mali. United Nations Security Council briefed on planned withdrawal.
Problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is credit. And today, all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinate soak for all you wanna know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radical went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Critical court dates have been set in 2 criminal cases in the United States, accusing former President Donald Trump of seeking to derail the results of the 2020 elections that he lost. Al Jazeera's Alan Fisher has more.
Donald Trump's calendar is filling up. The former US president found out his arraignment on election interference charges in Georgia will be September 6th. And at this courthouse in Washington, it was decided he will go on trial for conspiring to steal the 2020 presidential election on March the 4th next year. The decision came in a hearing that lasted just over 90 minutes. Donald Trump's defence wanted to delay the process by more than 2 years, saying with millions of documents to review, they wanted a trial date in April 2026. The prosecution wanted to proceed on January the 2nd next year. The judge, Tanya Chutkin, said both dates were unacceptable, both outside the normal windows for scheduling a trial. Donald Trump's team accused the prosecution of pursuing a show trial, but left without making any comment on the outcome. The decision by Judge Tanya Chutkin could upend the 2024 Republican presidential nomination fight. The trial starts the day before Super Tuesday, when voters in more than a dozen states cast their ballot in the primary races, and comes just 3 weeks before Donald Trump will be back in court in New York, charged with paying hush money to an adult film star.
I think going into Super Tuesday, I think their minds will already be made up. And I think these court cases are not going to sway primary voters one way or the other. They already know who Donald Trump is, and many of them have already gotten behind him.
On his Truth social media platform, Donald Trump wrote, "Today, a biased, Trump-hating judge gave me only a 2-month extension, just what our corrupt government wanted. I will appeal." Trump insists the cases, the charges against him are election interference and he is innocent. Now, he has a firm date of when he gets the chance to prove that. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, Washington.
Internationally, hundreds of supporters of Niger COUP leaders have rallied outside the French embassy and a military base in the capital Niamey. They want French soldiers and the ambassador to leave the country. Paris says the country's military leaders do not have the authority to make that demand. Al Jazeera's Ahmad Idris reports.
There seems to be no let-up in the pressure Niger's junta is putting on French diplomats and troops to leave the country. COUP supporters turned up at the French embassy and army base in the capital in their thousands. Some draped in the national colors, others sporting flags of countries they consider friendly. Standing between them and a military base where hundreds of French troops are believed to be staying are dozens of Niger soldiers and police.
Niger doesn't belong to France. We told the French to leave. They said no. What's their plan? As citizens, we don't want the French here. They can do whatever they want in France, but not here.
This military base is attached to the international airport here in Niamey. And if the French ambassador and troops don't leave, a sit-in will be held here in the coming days and weeks. An estimated 1,500 French soldiers are believed to be here, and the COUP supporters want them gone.
Anti-French sentiments are on the rise here since the junta ordered the French ambassador to leave. The foreign ministry in Paris says Niger's military leadership has no authority to expel their diplomat. Protest organizers say their country has been taken for granted for too long, and it's time for that to stop.
We like a very good partnership in which that we are winning and they are winning. That's the win-win strategy. That's we like.
A September 2 deadline for French troops to leave is less than a week from now. Protest organizers say the pressure will continue until the last French personnel leave. They hope their demand to cut supplies will hasten the departure of the country's former colonial power. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Niamey.
And finally, the United Nations mission in Mali is speeding up the withdrawal of nearly 12,000 soldiers. In June, the military junta there demanded that the troops should leave by the end of this year. The head of the mission in Mali has told the UN Security Council that pulling the soldiers out will be challenging because the deadline is tight and the situation is dangerous. Al Jazeera's Gabriel Alonso reports.
The top United Nations official in Mali told the Security Council on Monday that the UN peacekeeping force known as MINUSMA is on schedule to depart the country by the end of the year. But El Ghassan Wayne also acknowledged that the situation is volatile and dangerous.
Difficulties have emerged in the implementation of the first phase of the withdrawal plan. The last convoy of blue helmets, equipment, and materials, which withdrew from the Bear peacekeeping camp to go towards the city of Timbuktu, took 51 hours to cover a distance of 57 kilometers, and the convoy was attacked twice by an unidentified extremist element. 4 blue helmets were injured and 3 vehicles were damaged before the convoy's arrival into Timbuktu.
Despite the challenges, Mali reaffirmed it does not plan to alter the withdrawal date.
I would like to say that the government of Mali does not foresee an extension of the deadline for UN peacekeepers' departure beyond the 31st of December this year.
There are also other uncertainties. Mali's transitional government had welcomed the help of fighters from Russia's Wagner Group. But with the death of Wagner's founder, Yevgeny Prigozhin, the group's future in Mali is now in doubt, something Western countries welcomed.
The Russian mercenary group Wagner is directly linked to human rights atrocities in Mali, including the systematic use of conflict-related sexual violence. As illustrated by recent events in Russia, they are part of the problem, not the solution, in Mali and beyond.
Barring any unforeseen circumstances, this likely will be the last time Security Council members are briefed before the withdrawal deadline. And given the precarious security situation, there is certainly an air of trepidation about what could be to come. But at this point, when it comes to UN peacekeepers permanently leaving Mali, it appears there is no turning back. Gabriel Zondo, Al Jazeera at the United Nations.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. That's SIP TV2 Headline News for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.